What's up, Gamecock Nation? How y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Little nugget for you today to start this video off, as we're going to talk a little bit about the LSU South Carolina game. But a little nugget: if you into numbers, right? If you kind of a numbers kind of guy, or a calendar, years, or whatever. If you look at different sequence of events that takes place so many years apart and things like that, here's a little something for you right here. The last time South Carolina beat LSU was in Baton Rouge, right? 1994, 30 years ago. 30 years ago, right? The last time South Carolina beat LSU at home, 1930, 94 years ago. I don't know. I'm not into things like that, but it seemed kind of interesting to me the years that they won and the difference in the years and just numbers and things like that kind of correlate with this game. But that's not going to matter in this game, right? It's all about the X's and O's, who's going to execute, who's going to do what they need to do to get out of Columbia, South Carolina Saturday with the victory. Before we go any farther, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button if you're new here. Check this channel out. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. That way you guys get notified when I go live or when I do content. Also, if you'd like to become a channel member, I have channel memberships as well. As soon as I get that off the ground and get rolling good with that, get some people memberships, get members in here, I plan on doing some like members only kind of content, things like that. Maybe something along the lines of some live shows just for members. I don't know. I'm kind of new to all this monetization stuff like that. So hit that channel membership if you'd like to. Subscribe button is greatly appreciated as well. And also the thumbs up. It puts it out in front of the YouTube algorithm, in front of more people's eyes out there, right? It kind of helps grow this channel. All this is greatly appreciated. Saturday, high noon, Columbia, South Carolina, game day, college game day is going to be there, I think at Gamecock Park. I believe that's what they said so far. It's going to be rocking and rolling. It's going to be a nice atmosphere. I'm going to tell you, Williams-Brice is going to be loaded, going to be rowdy, jumping. It's going to be crazy wild at Williams-Brice Stadium. I won't be there. I'll be here doing a live watch along. So that's why it's important for you guys to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell. That way you guys, if you're not there, you can come hang out with me and react to the game, get in the comments, and we can just have some fun with it. But it's going to be an electric atmosphere at Williams-Brice on Saturday. Two SEC opponents, right? LSU ranked number 16th, I believe it is. South Carolina unranked. South Carolina's 2-0. We beat Old Dominion, and then we beat Kentucky last week 31-6. LSU comes into town. They started the season out losing to Southern California 27-20. And then this past weekend, they beat Nicholls State 41-21, I believe it was. Interesting matchup. Like I said, two SEC teams. South Carolina's defense is our strong suit right now. I would say LSU's offensive line and Nussmeier is the quarterback. Nussmeier is their strength on as far as LSU. In my opinion, defense, they've been struggling a little bit. Our offense has been struggling a little bit. Something's got to give in this game, right? Something's got to give in this game. I think it's going to be a heck of a matchup, a heck of a chess match between Shane Beamer and the Gamecocks coaching staff versus LSU, Brian Kelly and his coaching staff. You know, who's gonna have the most success, right? LSU so far on the year not really being very good at running the ball. They've been more of a passing team. Nussmeier has completed 75% of his passes for 610 yards and 8 touchdowns. Don't have any interceptions. And the man has so far this year, he has not been knocked on his backside, right? Can that change Saturday, right? Can that change? The leading rusher for LSU, John Emery Jr., he is out. I think he tore his ACL or whatever. So he is out with an injury. They're going to have to rely on senior Josh Williams and Caleb Jackson, sophomore running back there. These two guys in the last game got a bulk of the carries for LSU. Still didn't manage to get that many yards on the ground. I think it was less than 75, less than 80 yards of rushing or something like that. It was kind of abysmal in my opinion. So their strong suit seems to be Nussmeier, Kyron Lacey, the explosive wide receiver they had. He's got 12 receptions on the year, 159 yards, 4 touchdowns. Got a couple other wide receivers to be on the lookout for as well. Aaron Anderson, C.J. Daniels, and Xavier Thomas. All these guys can make some things happen. We just got to make sure we play lockdown defense on them. Make sure our corners and our safeties are in position. Don't get too out of shape. Don't get too out of where you're supposed to be, and don't let them get too far behind, or don't let them get behind you and make some big plays, right? South Carolina's offense, led by redshirt freshman Lenore Sellers, dual threat guy, run, pass, running the ball. We're kind of sort of getting there. We haven't gotten there yet. Rocket Sanders is starting to, I guess, get in some kind of little rhythm, I guess. The last game against Kentucky, he ran pretty well. Once he got going there towards the second half, did some good things there. Wide receiver room been kind of quiet, honestly. Last game, Mazio Bennett was our leading receiver, the true freshman, had a touchdown, his first career touchdown as a Gamecock. But outside of that, coming into the season, everybody was talking about Nick Harbor, and Delvon Campbell, but neither one of these guys. Brian Kelly even alluded to them two guys. I don't know. He called them two out as our wide receivers, and them two right there really hasn't done a whole lot on the year. Nick Harbor, he don't even have a catch. Delvon Campbell, I think he has like a couple catches, maybe one, maybe 2 catches. I have to go back and look at the stats. But either way, that's who Brian Kelly called out. I listened to his press conference, his South Carolina game week press conference where they do it on Monday, I guess, at LSU. But he threw out them 2 names. He didn't even mention Mazio Bennett or none of the other wide receivers, but he kind of focused on, our freak of an athlete, Nick Harbor, and Delvon Campbell, our 2 biggest wide receivers. But they're going to have to watch out for Mazio Bennett, in my opinion. I think Mazio may have a pretty solid game this coming weekend against LSU. LSU secondary is not I ain't gonna say they're no good. They're an SEC defense, but I think that's probably, their defense is probably like an area that we can exploit and stay in this game this coming Saturday. But like I said, LSU's offensive line, and Nussmeier, wide receiver, seem to be the strong suit. Our defense seems to be the strong suit here. Dylan Stewart, Kyle Kennard, both of these guys off the edge. We've been able to create more pressure this year, more pass rush off the edge. We've got 10 sacks on the year, leading the SEC. Kennard has 3.5 sacks, leads the SEC as far as the sack leader right now, 3.5. Dylan Stewart has 2.5 coming off the edge. Both of these guys force fumbles. If you watch my defense video that I put out last night, you would hear most of these things that I'm throwing out right now, right? But we got real good edge rushers there with Kennard and Stewart. And then we can bring in Gilbert Edmond and Brian Thomas Jr. to come off the edge as well. Des Umuzulu come off the edge as well. Our front defensive line, T.J. Sanders, Boogie Huntley, Tonka Hemingway, all them guys are pretty solid up front. Linebacker core, I like our linebacker core. Demetrius Knight, Debo Williams, Bam Martin Scott, all these guys, excited about them. Can our secondary, or can our edge rushers? Here's the matchup that I'm looking at right now. Just by listening to Coach Beamer's press conference today, and some things that I've heard. Like I said, LSU's offensive line is probably the best it is the best offensive line we're gonna face so far this year through 3 games, right? Through this upcoming 3rd game, they're gonna be the best offensive line we face. They got just a heck of an offensive line. They got a left tackle, Will Campbell, senior. I think he's a senior. Maybe he's a junior. I think he might be a junior. But either way, from what Coach Beamer said, and I haven't fact-checked these stats or anything, but Coach Beamer said he has had over 1,700 snaps and only gave up 3 sacks. 3 sacks, 1,700 and some snaps. That is crazy ridiculous. That means he knows how to get back in his stance. He has solid footwork. He can get his hands on the defensive ends, and he don't allow nobody to get to his quarterback from way it sounds right there. Now, like I said, I haven't fact checked that, but that's what Coach Beamer said. He said number 66, and that's who number 66 is. If that's him, then Dylan Stewart's going to have his hand full. So that's going to be a matchup that I'm looking forward to seeing Saturday. Can Dylan Stewart, our true freshman defensive end, can he be explosive? Does he have the moves? Does he have the moves to get around Campbell or get by Campbell, right? Does he have them moves to get to the quarterback, to be disruptive? They like to roll Nussmeier out the pocket. They like to move him. They don't keep him in the pocket a whole lot. They like to move him around. So will they roll away from him? Will they double team Stewart and roll his way? I don't know. I don't know what the game plan is for LSU, but that's going to be the matchup I'm looking for right there. If Dylan Stewart's on that side, how does he match up? How does he go against Will Campbell on that side? Or if Kennard's on that side, whoever's on that side, that's going to be the most intriguing matchup, I think, when you look at their offensive line versus our defensive line, our edge rushers. If we can get pressure on Nussmeier, if we can actually sack him, I say it's a successful day. It gives us a good chance of winning this ball game. As long as our DBs, our corners and our safeties can lock down Kyron Lacey and the slew of wide receivers that LSU has out there, and doesn't give Nussmeier an opportunity to get on the ball out in space, that's going to pay huge dividends for us. Like I said, LSU's not known for running offensively. I think they're probably going to try to run when they have the ball, because Brian Kelly said in his interview, he said, make sure I get this right. He said if South Carolina comes out in a 3-man front on defense, they're going to run the ball. He pretty much point blank said that. So we shall see. We shall see if he sticks to that. He did speak highly of Kennard and Stewart. So, it's good to see these guys are getting recognition throughout the league. These coaches are noticing the talent we have coming off the edge. Like I said, it's been a while since we beat LSU. It's going to be a great matchup. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be great, man. I think I'm going to wait and do my preview and prediction, or my prediction video later. So this is not going to be that. I'm not going to predict the score right now, but I feel real confident in this game so far with the Gamecocks. The weather, I heard, is going to be pretty sloppy, or a chance to be sloppy, rainy and everything. That's going to play a factor in as well. I think I'm going to wait and do my prediction video later on, just to check everything out, make sure I got everything right before I give who I think is going to win this game. But huge showdown in Columbia. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to see, like I said, the offensive line of LSU go up against our defensive line, our defensive front, edge rushers and things like that. Ready to see that, man. So make sure y'all are hitting that like button, get in the comments, let me know your thoughts on this matchup. This is just a little overview on what I think of the two teams headed into the matchup. So give me your comment on it. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here. If you want to become a channel member, hit that link down in the description below to become a channel member. And all this stuff is greatly appreciated. And until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Gamecock Chuck. See you guys in the next one.